noticing the fact that you are already aware, even before doing anything deliberately. There is an alert presence here, steady and quiet, that does not need to be improved or corrected. Allow the body to settle naturally into its position, sensing the contact points where you are supported by the ground, chair, or surface beneath you. Feel how gravity holds you without effort on your part. Let the breath move as it wishes, free of control, recognizing that it has been sustaining you effortlessly all along. As you rest into this simplicity, allow the mind to soften its habit of bracing or resisting, creating a gentle internal space where this practice can unfold safely and honestly. Today's focus invites courage and tenderness, extending loving kindness toward people you find difficult, challenging, or triggering. This is not an instruction to excuse harmful behavior or to deny your own boundaries, but an exploration of how compassion can loosen the grip of anger, resentment, and inner tension. Begin by anchoring attention in the heart area, noticing the sensations in the chest, subtle movements with each breath, the texture of feeling that arises when you simply place awareness there. Let this awareness be neutral and steady, like a warm lamp that illuminates without forcing anything to change. Take a few breaths here, allowing yourself to feel grounded and resourced before inviting anyone else into awareness. Now, gently bring to mind someone who feels mildly difficult, not the most intense or painful relationship, but a person who evokes irritation, frustration, or resistance. Allow their image to arise softly, without dramatization. Notice any immediate emotional or physical response in the body, perhaps tightening in the jaw, constriction in the chest, or restlessness in the belly. Instead of pushing these sensations away, acknowledge them with curiosity and care, recognizing them as natural protective responses. Silently offer yourself kindness first, acknowledging the difficulty. This is hard, and I'm allowed to feel what I feel. Let this self-compassion create stability before moving further. As you continue holding this person in awareness, begin to gently reflect that, like you, they are shaped by their own experiences, conditioning, wounds, and unmet needs. Without justifying their behavior, recognize that their actions arise from causes and conditions beyond a simple good or bad narrative. Allow this perspective to soften the sharp edges of blame, even slightly. When you feel ready, begin offering loving kindness phrases, starting carefully and honestly. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace, even if you do not know how right now. Let the phrases move at a pace that respects your inner capacity, synchronized with the breath, as though each exhale carries a small offering of goodwill, and each inhale restores your own steadiness. Notice any resistance or skepticism that arises, and treat it as part of the practice rather than an obstacle. If anger or resentment surfaces, acknowledge it silently. Anger is here without judgment, allowing it to exist alongside the intention of kindness. You are not forcing love, you are practicing willingness. Over time, allow the phrases to evolve gently, perhaps adding, "May you be released from the causes of harm. May you learn what leads to kindness." Sense how this shifts the emotional tone from personal grievance toward a broader, more impersonal compassion. Feel how the body responds, possibly with subtle softening or a deeper breath. If at any point the practice feels overwhelming, return attention to your own body, the breath, the sensation of support beneath you, reestablishing safety. Once the heart feels steadier, you may continue. Now imagine this difficult person not as a single frozen image, but as a human being moving through their life, dealing with pressures, fears, and uncertainties. Sense the complexity of their inner world, recognizing that suffering often expresses itself through unskillful behavior. Allow this understanding to coexist with your own boundaries, knowing that compassion does not require closeness or tolerance of harm. It requires clarity. Continue offering phrases as you are able. May you be safe. May you be free from inner turmoil. May you be touched by wisdom and care. Let these words be sincere without being sentimental. As the practice deepens, notice whether the intensity of resentment shifts, even slightly, perhaps transforming into sadness, neutrality, or spaciousness. Any shift is enough. Now, if it feels appropriate, expand the practice to include all people you find difficult, seen and unseen, known personally, or encountered briefly. Hold them collectively, recognizing that difficulty is part of shared human experience. Offer kindness broadly. May all who cause harm be freed from the ignorance that leads to suffering. May all beings, including myself, find peace. Sense how this wider field reduces the personal weight of conflict, replacing it with a quieter strength. Notice how compassion can be fierce, protecting the heart from being consumed by bitterness while remaining open. Rest for a few breaths in this expanded awareness, feeling the steadiness of a heart that can hold complexity without collapsing. Gradually allow the images to fade, returning attention to the breath and body. Notice how you feel now, perhaps lighter, clearer, or simply more grounded. Recognize that this practice trains the nervous system to respond with understanding rather than reflexive reactivity. As you prepare to transition out of formal meditation, reflect gently on how this compassion might show up in daily life, perhaps as reduced rumination, clearer boundaries, or less internal tension. Understand that extending love to difficult people is a gradual practice, built through repetition, honesty, and self-respect. Allow a sense of appreciation to arise for your willingness to engage this challenging terrain. Slowly bring awareness back to the environment, sensing sounds, light, and space, while keeping the heart connected to this resilient compassion. Carry this inner strength forward, knowing that each moment of understanding transforms not only your relationship with others, but your relationship with yourself. Pause here and simply feel the continuity of awareness as it expresses itself now, after this deliberate act of courage. Notice that nothing essential about you has been harmed by touching difficulty with clarity and care. In the days ahead, old reactions may still arise, yet you may sense a larger space around them, a choice point where kindness and firmness can coexist. Let this knowing mature gradually, without expectation. Each return to this practice deepens, Trust in your capacity to meet complexity wisely. Rest briefly in gratitude for the steadiness you discovered, for the honesty you allowed, and for the possibility of responding from understanding rather than habit again